Hey, lovey-doveys. How are y'all this afternoon? And welcome to Taste and Talk with Christy. Well, we're still talking about good nutrition, morning habits, and great supplements, right? So it's Monday. So Monday's topic is morning habits. So this week's angle is going to be how to create a morning that works for you, not against you. Okay? So stop copying routines that don't fit your life. You have to develop the morning routines that work for you. Hey, Nikki, how's work going? Sometimes I miss work and sometimes I don't. But anyway, before we get started on morning routines, let me tell you about the morning I have had. My youngest granddaughter has an iPad. My son and daughter-in-law finally set her up an iCloud account so she could call me whenever she wanted to instead of using her, I know it's Monday, when she wanted to. Baby, I had to go to a virtual Barbie pool party this morning. We had to figure out what they was going to eat, what they was going to wear, everything. Technology can be a wonderful thing, but in the hands of 6 or 7-year-olds, I don't know. I don't know. But they can work an iPad, okay? But anywho, back to grown-up morning routines. Real wellness starts when you build a routine that fits your energy and it fits your lifestyle, your schedule, and the season of your life. Because every season is different. Every season requires something different. When I was working 9 to 5, that was a different season. My hours were different. I had to kind of have a more rigid schedule. So your best morning routine is the one that you can do day after day after day. And it fits even if you're traveling, right? So you want to ask yourself, what kind of morning do I need? Because I'm a firm believer in how you start your morning is how your day is going to go. So not every day needs to actually be the same thing, but it needs to be the same thing. Some mornings need peace. Maybe when you went to bed the night before, it was a little chaotic, but this morning you just want to have some peace. You want to go to the corner of the house, have your coffee, your tea, whatever it is you drink in the morning. Or maybe you need some energy. You wake up and you know, if I don't get some energy in today, it's not going to work. Or maybe you need some recovery. Maybe you didn't rest well, right? Mornings habits work better when you choose them based on what you need. So you want to anchor your habits with 2 or 3 of those guaranteed things that you're going to do. Like the first thing you get up is drink some water and pray. Not check your phone. Then, of course, you want to put in your supplements, your coffee or your tea, right? Then open the blinds, but definitely you want to make your bed. Even if the rest of the day is messy, those are the anchors that help center you. Those few little things that say, I got this, I'm going to make it through the day. Your morning should support your goals. If your goal is wellness, then your morning should definitely include one habit that supports your body. Like this morning, I made sure I at least did my 30 minutes on my bike pedals because my legs were feeling a little heavy. So I know if you get the blood circulation going, I'd feel better, right? And if your goal is focus, include that habit that supports your mind. That can be your I am affirmations, your thing that you read every day that you have stuck up on your mirror, right? And if your goal is peace, include a habit that protects your emotions. Okay? Or maybe your morning habit should connect to the life that you're trying to build. maybe you ought to have an what you consider as your optimal morning. Like I was saying yesterday on one of my randomness posts, I don't know why I said I would go live for 7 days a week when I know good and well Saturday and Sunday are my most creative days as well as my most restful days. Those are my recharging days. So I don't know why I said I would go live 7 days. You know, you have to think, what is my optimal week, my optimal day to get things done? And then you don't want to fall into decision fatigue. If you wake up and have to figure everything out in a moment, then your morning is going to feel a little heavier. That's why I said years ago, and even now, when I was working, I would always know the next morning what I was going to wear. I meal prep and meal plan. So those are those things you don't have to think about. They're already done. You know, the night before, set out your supplements. My supplements they sit on a little shelf on top of my stove, so they're right there. Fill your water bottle. I have my hydro cup that I got as a gift. At night before I go to bed, I always fill it with water. So I have water if I wake up in the middle of the night, and I have it when I first wake up in the morning. Know your breakfast. I already have that planned out. Choose your top 3 priorities. I have my planner the night before, and I do my first top 3 things. So those are those little decision things that end your night so that you can start your morning right, okay? A smoother morning often starts the evening before. I don't know who told me that years ago, but I've held on to it very much so. You don't need more time, you just need more intention. People think a strong routine needs a whole hour. It doesn't. That's why I said some skincare routines I watch people do on TikTok have 20 different steps. And I'm like, well, once you pile all of that stuff on, how deep is it really getting? As opposed to just 2 or 3. Sometimes all you need is 10 intentional minutes. That's it. 5 minutes apiece can change the tone of your whole day. And then again, watch what you consume, because it matters. The first thing you take in affects your mindset. So I don't think the first thing you should take in is social media. The first thing you ought to do when you get up in the morning, my opinion, it works for me. See if it works for you. The first thing in the morning when I wake up, of course I say good morning to the Lord. Then I get up, you do your morning machinations in the bathroom. Then I have some prayer time. I go through my I am affirmations. But my first thing is not social media. It is not stress. It is prayer, music, water, and gratitude. Those are my first things in the morning. Then I get on social media and I say good morning to everybody else. A better morning starts by asking, what am I feeding myself first? You know, build a low energy version of your routine. This is especially important when life is heavy and your body is tired. You know, your full routine might be prayer, water, NutriBurst, coffee, journaling. Your slow energy day may be sit up, drink water, take your supplements. That's it. And then go on about your day. A routine you can still do on a hard day is still a strong routine. Right? So your morning habits are less about productivity and more about alignment. You know, make sure you have those supplements that you can count on. You know, those low energy days that you need, okay, normally if you have a low energy day, then you can just tailor it around that. But there are days you need a lot of energy. And that's where NRG comes in. This will help get you your energy and your focus. And it has 5-THP. That'll get your mood right. We call this the happy pill. It'll get your mood right. It was the thing that has saved me coming off of chemotherapy and all those other mind-numbing drugs. This keeps my mind alert and happy. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm always transparent. For me, I take this in the morning. And it gets me through the morning. It gets me through my devotion time that we do online. It gets me through going through my top 3 priorities. And it gets me through my workout. Now, because my body is still healing internally, I could probably take a second one of these to get me through the afternoon, but I don't. I just let it kind of marinate in the reserve. It keeps my mind alert. My body may not get all the energy it needs, but my mind stays alert and ready to go. And I'm able to still push on and get the rest of my list done. You know. But this right here, it gives me it replaces all those nutrients. My tongue, look, it was that virtual Barbie tea party. I'm tongue tied because I can't believe I spent an hour at a virtual Barbie pool party. Okay, I'm still getting used to these new kids and they fangled electronic toys. I'm getting used to it. But this right here, it helps me put back the nutrients that my body was depleted of. And it's working because, and I make no medical claims, this is my testimony of my life and how these products align with it. But my labs are all green now because my body's getting the nutrients it needs. I'm eating better. I'm getting some movement in. And I got a great liquid vitamin that absorbs at 98%. I don't have to wait for the pill capsule to break down. It hits my system because it's a liquid vitamin. And then my 1A number 1 favorite, my coffee. This is a mushroom coffee. It is made from the green Arabica coffee beans. They have not been processed. They are pure coffee beans. And it has the Ganoderma, the reishi mushroom family, which is the Ganoderma. And what mushrooms do for your body, you can look this up on Google University. It's called an adaptogen. And what adaptogens do, they go in and they fill in where your body needs some type of nutrients, some type of buildup. And that's what it does. Not to mention, it's got Garcinia kombucha in it, curbs your appetite. This right here helps you burn an extra 300 calories a day because of the ingredients that it has. And I read to y'all the ingredients that's in here. I'm going to go back through that and do that again one day. But so you want to have good supplements to encourage a good morning routine so that you have a point of feeling more steady, clear, and connected. A good morning helps you move through the day with less chaos. Start where you are. You don't need a whole total life overhaul by tomorrow morning. Pick one habit and let it become the natural thing that you do. Then build from there. Some habits will become strong foundations. I don't start my morning off without my products. That's just not going to happen. If you join me on the morning pour, you see me. I consume my products. I just don't tell you about them. I consume them every day. And like this product, I told y'all, when I go to the doctor or I'm outside, like on the public transportation or at the doctor's office, I take a second one of these at night because I want to make sure I stay built up nutriently because outside is messy. Okay? And then later on in the day, there are other products I use, like our cleansing teas. And of course, I take my Clear that helps my liver control my appetite suppressant, and this resolution drops, it keeps away the sugar monsters. And if you're ever interested in trying these products before you buy the whole thing, I have a 3-day reset pack. You got 3 NutriBursts, a pack of your NRG. It's got 3 days. It's a 3-day supply. 2 of every tea. Plus you get free the brew tea. And I swear by this brew tea. You want to get rid of some inflammation? Brew that up. Okay? But if you don't want the big pack, I have a mini pack, a mini reset. Suppose you just want to do some nutrition and energy. You can just get the nutrition and energy. You got 3 NutriBursts and a pack of the NRG. It's 3 in there. It's 3 days. Trust me, you only need 1 day to try it before you know you got to keep this added to your life. And if you're just looking to keep your digestive system in check, then get the cleansing teas. You got watermelon, lemonade, and tropical punch. And then for free, I'm putting in 2 of the instant Iaso teas. That's the instant form of the brew tea. You get 2 of those in there. So that's 4 days of reset. You only need 1 day before you know you need this product, right? But you always, 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 always are going to need nutrition, energy, and clarity. You're always going to need that, because that's what's going to keep you with your routine for the day. So here's some questions to ask yourself. What's the one thing that makes your morning feel harder than it needs to be? Do you have anchor habits, or do you just have mornings that feel random? You just operating by the seat of your pants. What's the one thing you could prepare the night before to make your tomorrow easier? And what's your low energy version of a healthy morning? My low energy version is, and this is usually a weekend thing, because I don't do a lot of lives on the weekends. Get up, I still have my prayer time, I have my NutriBurst, I have my NRG, my Clear, my Control, and my coffee. That's a low energy day for me. I might not do nothing else, but that is my routine. That's my healthy routine. And that's what's bringing my life back into perspective. Okay? So a good morning routine is not about impressing anybody else. You know, some people have morning routines, and I know y'all seen them on the internet where they're doing all these wild exercises, all these wild things, and mixing up these wild concoctions. Nope, I keep it simple. Some NutriBurst, NRG, Control, Clear, and then I have me a nice cup of coffee. And if the weather is right, I mostly get to do this on the weekends. And if the weather's right, I sit out on the porch and listen to the birdies. So you don't have to impress anybody. It's about creating a start to the day that actually supports your life. So I actually support my life. Love my life, and I make sure that I am in control of the supplements that I put in my body. I make sure they're good supplements. I make sure I get in my prayer time, my water. And I have to get in my water because I'm still cleaning out some of the chemicals that were put into my body in the name of health and medicine, right? So I got to do that. So, with all of that said about creating a good morning routine, I need y'all to make a good morning routine. I want everybody's day to start off intentionally. I want everybody to start off their day so that their day flows smoothly as much as it can. Now, if life and that happens. You have to be ready to, what is it? You have to be ready to duck and dive or shift and change. I don't know. It's something funny that they say that you got to be ready to do. But we are going to have a morning routine because we are intentional about having a great day. And our great day is going to be a healthy day. So that's all I got for you today on my Taste and Talk. If you're interested in any of the products that I talked about, check out my site at ChristyLShed.com. If you got more questions, just DM me and we can talk. How about that? All right, sound good? Sound good. Go and have a great afternoon. And if you want to close out your day with me, I will be over on TikTok at 9 p.m. for the night pour. But we close out our day softly. Figure out what worked and keep doing that. How about that? All right. Later, Gators. Y'all make it good. Bye.